Dear students, in this lecture we will discuss about a package of Python which is very useful for data science operations. The name of the package is NumPy. Okay, so let us start with this question. What is NumPy? So NumPy is a Python library. Okay, so like other libraries, it is a Python library. Okay, and this is a special library, as we know that every Python library has special functions, means it is dedicated for a special work. So as we know that arrays were not primarily in Python, so this NumPy is the library which helps us working with arrays. It also has functions for working in domain of linear algebra, Fourier transform and matrices. NumPy was created in 2005 by Travis Oliphant. It is an open source project, and everybody, it means you, me, everybody can use it freely. And why name NumPy? NumPy, see, as you can see the name, it consists of two parts, num and py. Py stands for Python, and num stands for numeric Python. So in this slide, I am going to discuss about broadcasting concept with NumPy arrays. Okay. So as it is given that broadcasting is about how NumPy treats arrays with different dimensions during arithmetic operations. Okay. So suppose I want to multiply. If I write this means array into 1.6. So what it will do? It will multiply every element by 1.6. So this is broadcasting. Okay, so and this broadcasting is very helpful in data science, as lot of broadcasting operations are needed, which is otherwise possible only through loops. And as we are aware of that the dimensions of arrays used in data science are large, so or every time uh, running a loop of that large index is not a good idea. So broadcasting feature is provided with NumPy, so that we can do our operations of data science easily using NumPy. Okay, now in this slide I will discuss when broadcasting is possible and when broadcasting is not possible. So I have written these simple rules when broadcasting is possible. Okay, so when array with smaller dimension than other is pre-ended with 1 in its shape. Okay, so this we will discuss in detail in labs. Okay, what does this mean? Size of each dimension of output shape is maximum of input sizes of that dimension. Okay, so whenever output shape is maximum, means suppose the input shapes are 2 3, then output will be maximum, means output will be 3. An input can be used in calculation if size in a particular dimension matches the output size or value is exactly 1. Okay, so either if I want to multiply, then it will match exactly. Like suppose array with 2 element is multiplied with array with 2 elements, then this will multiply to this and this will multiply to this. Otherwise, smaller will be repeated. If an input has dimension of size 1, then first data entry in that dimension is used for all calculations along with that dimension, which I have already discussed. Okay, so suppose it is 3 and input is only 1, say 1.6, then it will be multiplied to every element. Okay, so these were some rules which are followed during broadcasting. I will discuss a sample program using NumPy and its output. Okay, so let us move one by one. Okay, so input first line is import numpy as np. Okay, what does this line will do? It will import numpy package into your Python code. Okay, now you are declaring x is equal to numpy array, which is a three-dimensional array. So what it is doing, it is declaring an array. Okay, and second one y and np dot array 10 11 12 means this it is a single dimensional array. Okay, now print first array x. So what from here output will come when I am writing this code. This is giving this output. Okay, so it is giving the output, uh, and here I have written x, so it is giving me 0 0 0 0 1 2 3 4 5 6, which is the value of x. Okay, now second output statement, print second array y. Now it is giving output this. Okay, and our y was see, our y was 10 11 12, so it is giving me 10 11 and 12. Now I'm printing first array plus second array. Okay, now I have already told, see these two arrays, when broadcasting operation is being done, what will happen? This will be added to e- each and every, means 10 11 12 will be added to this, then it will be added to this, and then it will be added to this. Okay, so now the result will be 10 11 12. So when I am writing first x plus y, it is giving me added output. Okay, so what happens, the 10 is added to 10 is added to first element, 11 is added to second element, and 12 is added to third element. Now no corresponding element is here. Okay, so what happens, it repeats this pattern. If corresponding element would have been there, this element would have been added to this. Okay, so this is how our broadcasting works. It is this broadcasting operation is very useful in data science. Okay, because most of the time we want to do this, but in normal or in conventional programming language, in order to do that, we have to write exhaustive loops to accomplish this task. But using broadcasting feature provided by our NumPy, it becomes very easy. Okay, so now we are starting a new package which is known as pandas. This package is very useful for our data science. Okay, so now I'm going to give you introduction, some introduction about pandas. So pandas is an open source Python library providing high performance data manipulation. So important thing is manipulation. Okay, if you want to manipulate the data, pandas are very useful, and it provides high performance data manipulation and analysis tool using powerful data structures. Okay, so it is also a package specially designed for manipulation. It is the highly means highest used package in data science. The name pandas is derived from the word panel data. Okay, so this PANDAS is derived from panel data. Okay, and econometrics from multi-dimensional data. It is an econometrics from multi-dimensional data. So it can handle manipulation and analysis. Okay, and which is very important part of data science. Without this, data science doesn't have any value. So if you want to be good in data science, you have to be good in pandas, especially if you are using Python. Okay, let us know something about history of pandas. In 2008, developer Wes McKinley started developing pandas when in need of high performance flexible tool for analysis data. Okay, so in 2008, this is started. Prior to pandas, what Python was doing? Python was majorly being used for data munging and preparation. Okay, it was not being used much for your manipulation and analysis. It has little contribution towards data analysis. Pandas solved this problem. Using pandas, we can accomplish 5 typical steps in the processing and analysis of data. Regardless of origin of data, means what we can do, we can load, prepare, manipulate, model and analyze everything we can do using pandas. I'm again repeating, we can load means load the data into system, then prepare the data, okay, means cleaning the data, then we can manipulate the data, which is highly required while doing data analysis, then we can model and analyze. Python with pandas is used in wide range of fields including academic and commercial domains including finance, economics, statistics, analytics, etc. So now you understand how important pandas is. Now I'm going to tell you some key features of pandas. Okay, so this slide is an introductory slide about pandas. So before studying pandas or before studying this package, you must know the importance and capabilities of this package. Okay, so it is this is fast and efficient data frame object with default customized indexing. Okay, it introduces us to a data frame object which has a capability of customized indexing. Tools for loading data in memory data objects from different file formats. Okay, using pandas you can load data very easily and efficiently. Data alignment and integrated handling of missing data. Okay, it has several functions and tools which can handle your missing data. Okay, reshaping and pivoting data sets. Okay, we know sometimes we need to look data in a different way in order to get some insight from the data. So looking into in different ways, pivoting and reshaping. Okay, we have to reshape the data. Label based slicing. Okay, this is also very important. How it is done, what it is, I will discuss in detail. Label based slicing, indexing and subsetting of large data sets. Okay, so these are key features of pandas. Columns for a data structure can be deleted and inserted. Means columns from a data structure can be inserted and deleted. Okay, so you can add columns, you can delete columns. It is very easy. Just in one line of a code you can do that. Group by data for aggregation and transformations. Okay, like in SQL you have done group by query. So this group by function is there which performs data aggregation and transformations. High performance merging and joining on data. Okay, merging and joining is same as what we do in SQL, but it is high performance because this package is specially designed to help us doing this. Time series functionality. It has capability to handle time series data. So these are some of the features which make pandas very effective. So now in coming slides, what we will be discussing what is pandas, Then how to load data set means we will start with this. What is pandas? What I have already discussed some key features and history of pandas. Loading data set with pandas means how to load different data sets using pandas. Then pandas data frame manipulation, how to manipulate data frame using pandas, and data loading in different formats, okay, giving output in different formats. These are some of the things which we will be covering in upcoming slides. Okay, let us start with what is pandas. So pandas is a Python package for data analysis. In one line you can say this: Python is a pandas is a Python package for data analysis. Then what is pandas? It provides built-in structures which simplify manipulation and analysis of datasets. What else? Pandas is easy to use and powerful, but with great power comes great responsibility. In this slide, we will discuss some key features of pandas. So, fast and efficient data frame object. Okay, pandas introduces one more object which is not present in Python, that is data frame object. Okay, so data frame makes analysis easy. Tools for loading data into in-memory data objects from different file formats. Okay, means I can load the data into RAM for analysis from different file formats, which is one of the very important need of data science and data mining. Data alignment and integrated handling of missing data. Okay, so you can do data alignment, and you can handle missing data. There are a lot of functions which helps you do that, and this is very important feature of data science. Reshaping and pivoting of data sets, this is very important function. Sometimes we need to look data into different way. Okay, we have to convert rows into columns and columns into rows, and this is nothing but your pivoting of data sets. So in order to do analysis we need to do this, and pandas gives us capability to do this. Okay, now some other functions which are very important: label based slicing, indexing, subsetting of large data sets. All these things can be easily done using your pandas package. Okay, that is why after advent of pandas, Python was seen as a language which is very good for data analysis, and actually this package gave that power. Okay, and with NumPy it is very effective. Columns from data structure can be deleted and inserted. Okay, sometimes for doing data analysis we need to insert and delete several columns from a data structure. Okay, when I am saying columns means that I have a tabular data structure. Okay, so pandas gives us capability to do this in a very easy way. High performance merging and joining of data. Okay, this is also very much required when we want to do analysis of a large data set. So all these key features of pandas make pandas very effective. Okay, now we will discuss. Means I was continuously telling you that it introduces data frame object. It introduces data frame object. Data frame object is very useful for data analysis. Now in this slide, I will tell you what is data frame object. Okay, so data frame is something like a table. It has columns. It has rows. Okay, columns have their names and rows also have their names. Okay, means you can give names to rows, and this is the data format which is widely used in storing lot of business operations, or you can say 95% of the operations, the storage format of the data is this. And now if I can load the data in this of any data in this format, our analysis becomes very easy. So this was all about data frame. Okay, now in this slide I will discuss example of data frame. What is data frame? A two-dimensional array is an array in which each element is itself an array. Okay, so something like this, a two-dimensional array, okay, is an array in which each element is itself an array. Okay, means it is array of arrays. This is one array, this is one array, and similarly this is array, and when I'm taking it all together, this becomes array of arrays. Alternatively, data frame is a pandas data structures which stores data in a two-dimensional way. Okay, so this is how I have described what is data frame. I have already shown you the structure. Now I have defined the data frame.